Hey everyone, today's video is going to be about modernity or modernism. For the sake of myself, I'm going to refer to it as modernism, but they're interchangeable. I might use either or. They mean the same thing. It's going to be about modernism and how to detach from modernism. So, to start off, I just want to explain why modernism is so bad, why it's so harmful to us. You know, I don't think it's a illogical thing to ask why modernism is so bad. Why I'm speaking about it so negatively. And not just me, there are multiple people online who are speaking negatively about modern society and modernism. But why is modern society such a bad thing? It's, history. Humans have we have a long history of killing each other, of corruption. There was points where, you look at things like the Salem witch trials, and it seems like now things are better, right? Modern society is better because we no longer it's almost impossible to conceive of anything like the Salem witch trials happening in modern society. Well, number one, that's false, because events repeat themselves but in different forms. And number two, modernism has a lot of issues with it. A lot of issues with it. Besides, obviously it doesn't include people killing each other, but it includes issues that either are in and of themselves terrible, that are literally destroying the people in society itself, or are leading up to the destruction of society and the people's freedom, independence, blah blah. So, modernity or modernism is dangerous because it is destroying us psychologically and physically. Our attention spans are shortening, our love preferences are being distorted. We have things like the pornography industry, which is completely destroying our ability to be sexually and romantically attracted to an average woman, to a regular, real human. We have lack of focus. I guess attention span and focus kind of go hand in hand. The obesity crisis, which is a modernism thing. I don't people will argue that fat people have always existed, which yeah, is true, but look at who was always fat. People in the past, I'm talking like you look at the Victorian era, for example, or you look at ancient Rome, ancient Egypt. I don't know about ancient Egypt, but ancient Rome, ancient Greece, these ancient civilizations, and any civilization in the past, before the Industrial Revolution, they were fat because they were rich, because they had money to afford lots of steak, lots of mutton, lots of meat, lots of heavy foods. They were drinking a lot of wine and eating a lot of bread. They were also eating lots of grapes. That whole thing with the grapes are very high in sugar. And so that's why this is why bears eat a ton of berries and shit, because the sugar stores up in their body as fat for the winter. So they're eating a lot of fruit, they're eating a lot of wheat, and they're eating a lot of food, cheese, stuff like that, like dairy. So that's why people were fat, because they were rich, they had money. If you look at any middle to low class citizen, an average person, they were in good shape for the most part. I'm not going to speak for everyone, but a lot of them were either skinny or they were fit. They had higher testosterone, all of that, because they were eating like a regular human. They were eating natural foods, not an excess amount. They were doing most likely physical labor. So, there you have it. Now, however, we have the obesity crisis. Hold on. Got you, motherfucker. Yes, these little mosquitoes have been hanging around, or these little fly things have been hanging around my plant for a while, and they're really pissing me off. But anyway, actually no, they don't piss me off. I don't care about them. Now we have the obesity crisis, the obesity epidemic, where in America, I'll throw up the percentage right now, but it's a crazy percentage of people who are obese in America. And these are not rich people. This is not just rich, the top 1% that they're counting. This is the entirety of America. This is the middle to low class citizens that would have previously been fit had they been kept on a regular natural diet. However, now, because everything is full of artificial ingredients, because modernity, you know, promotes all these like high sugar foods, all these artificial foods, even like things like protein bars. Like you eat a protein bar and think, oh yeah, this is so healthy. Look at the ingredients: soy lecithin to keep it together or whatever, rapeseed oil, palm oil, and the palm oil is good. Canola oil, soybean oil, sunflower lecithin, high sugar. It says, oh, natural sugars. And then you look at the ingredients, 1 gram of regular sugar and 15 grams of added sugar. This is not an issue that existed before modernity. This is not an issue that existed before modernism. Before current modernism, I mean, because technically we're always in modernism. But the point is, before today, before modern society, this was not an issue. We did not have. You do not have to go to the farmer's market, whatever, buy meat or fruit and think, I wonder if there's any added sugar in this. No. You go to buy meat and it's just meat. That's it. It's one ingredient. You don't have to worry about anything else. Now, you buy bananas and you have to make sure it says organic. Yeah, you buy eggs. You have to make sure it says organic, or else they injected it with a bunch of hormones. The animal didn't live freely. These are problems of modernism. The obesity crisis is fueled by modernism. The lowering testosterone levels and fertility levels in kids my age. Let me repeat that. There are kids who are 16, 15, 14, 13, who are obese, who have ED. ED is something you get when you're like 60, 70, when your testosterone levels have already dwindled. They're already like down next to the negatives. I'm joking, but they're really low, right? Because you're getting old, right? Now, people who are 17 are facing this issue because of either body fat percentage and low testosterone levels, because of the plastics in their environment, the estrogenics in their environment, or pornography, or drugs, or all four of them. All four of which are being promoted in our society that only exist in our modern society. This is why modernism is an issue, because it's destroying us from the inside out. I have a video that I'm going to post a video soon. I already have it made. I have to edit it and everything. I've mentioned it, I think like 2 videos ago. The reason that organizations like the WEF know that they can take control is because they understand that these things, these corporate companies, these traits of this modern society, modern technology, modern food even, it's all killing us. They understand that and they're using it to their advantage. Modernism is dangerous because the authority and power, which we all know is not good. The authority and power doesn't use our weakness to tell itself that it has an issue and that it needs to fix itself. The authority uses it as an advantage to take control over everyone. And we already see this happening. Our roads. Have you seen those pictures? I know you probably saw on TikTok. Fucking social media addict. You see like this picture of this big ass highway. I'll put one up on screen right now. There's like this big ass highway and it's nothing but parking lots and stores and everything. This has made us dependent on them. Obviously this is easier said than done, but let's say you're in ancient Rome, right? You don't like the civilization. You want to leave. You can. There's wilderness to escape to. There's nature to escape to. You are independent to leave. No one's stopping you. Here, There's civilization everywhere. You don't leave. You don't get to leave. Because guess what? If, for example, you decide that society's enough, I want to leave, and you leave. You spent years building a home for yourself out in the wilderness, and then one day, a man in a suit knocks on your door and says, Walmart CEO speaking. I want this land, get off. And you can't say no because they'll kick you out and arrest you. It sounds like, oh, but, they're just, it's not your property, bro. It's not your Shut the fuck up, please. Please shut up. If you think that a corporate company has the right to do that they should be allowed to do that, you're a fucking idiot. Because they don't have the right. And, like I said, we have roads that are basically we have an entire infrastructure that's vehicle dependent. The doctor tells you, oh, yes, get active. You want to lose some weight? Get active. You can't get active without paying a membership because everything, all this infrastructure around us is specifically built for cars and cars only. That is dystopian. And I mean, you look around at our modern society, it is very dystopian. We have, we like to believe that this modern society is so much, it's so accepting, it's so nice. I mean, sure, you can say that you're a woman and not get beat to death on the street. Plus, definite plus. But I mean, you've seen the videos online. These videos, it's like humanity does not know how to find a middle ground. It either hates everyone and is extremely racist, sexist, and prejudiced, or it's extremely accepting, and if you're a fat, lazy piece of shit, that's okay because self-love. There's no middle ground. There's no okay, if you're a woman, that's okay. We're not going to kill you for that. If you're black, that's okay. We're not going to kill you for that. We're just going to treat you as a regular human, but we need to stay disciplined. We need to stay working hard. We need to focus, move society forward, work for our purpose. We're not going to waste time on this technology, on this pointless technology. We're not going to waste time doing pointless shit that isn't going to benefit our purpose. We can't find that middle ground. We can't just... It's so I kind of went on a rant there, but seriously, it's so fucking stupid. It's incredibly dumb. Anyway, that's why modernism is so bad. It's because it's destroying us psychologically. It's fueling this idea it fuels degeneracy, is what it does. Judgment, hatred, resentment for the person of the opposite political party or the opposite ideology or whatever. We're living in a society of labels. And, I'm going to say it's going to be controversial, but the thing is, I don't really, never mind. What I was about to say, never mind. There's going to be a video dedicated to that. I know I say that every video, but there's going to be a video dedicated to that. It fuels our biases. Social media destroys us. I mean, literally, physically. There's so many kids, young kids, who are slouchers, who have poor posture, addicted to their phones. 8 hours of screen time. That is a full-time job. A full-time job. And look what a full-time job does to the average American. It destroys them psychologically. They fucking hate it. Imagine what 8 hours of just firing up your dopamine receptors. Imagine what that's going to do to you. Of course it's going to have an effect on you. And I know there's going to be some little kid who goes, no, but actually I'm super healthy. I'm super healthy and fit, and I spend 10 hours a day on my phone. And to those people, I want you to look down, grab the belly that's hanging over your pants, and tell yourself that you're a healthy guy. I want you to open your pantry, look at all the junk food that's there, and tell yourself, I'm a healthy guy. I eat healthy, I have a healthy lifestyle. Open your fridge, look at all the stuff that's wrapped in plastic, all the stuff with added sugar, all the treats you have inside there that's not even in your pantry. You have both refrigerated treats, frozen treats, and non-perishable treats that you can just leave outside. Tell me that you have a healthy lifestyle. Tell me that when you struggle to maintain eye contact in a conversation because you spent so much time on your phone that now when the opposite gender walks by, your instant reaction is just to pull your phone, check weather app, check settings, you know. Tell me that that's a healthy lifestyle for you. Tell me that you're healthy, that your psychology is sound, that you can confront the real world, that you don't need it. By watching this video, you've already accepted that, I mean, maybe there's some people who still don't want to, but I'm going to assume that if you're still watching at this point and haven't clicked off because you got offended, it's because you have accepted that modernism is a problem and that you need to get away from it. You've accepted that modernity is a real issue. It does not benefit you. It doesn't work for you. It works against you. Because sure, it feels all nice, but that's exactly why it's destroying you. Because it feels nice. It feels so nice, in fact, that hard work is actually something that you don't look forward to. That you don't want to be disciplined. That you'd rather waste away your life. While there's other men who are working harder than you, who are making more money than you. The wealth gap is fueled by your no, I'm not gonna blame the wealth gap on you. That's unfair, that's unreasonable. The wealth gap is not the average person's fault. I was just going on a tangent. But anyway, you get my point. Modernism is unhealthy, it's bad for you, psychologically and physically. So, how do we actually go about separating ourselves from this modernism? How do we actually go about getting away from it? Well, there are 6 things that I can think of. 6 things that I know are going to help you. And I'm telling you, if you follow this to a T, if you follow this 100% and you stay consistent and you actually want to get really get away from modernism, detach from it. Remember, this video is only for those who are actually willing to follow through with the plan. If you're not going to follow through with the plan, if you're going to sit there like a little bitch and just, watch, if you're one of those guys who watches self-help videos, just mental masturbation, like, yeah, bro, I'm so productive. Check off, wash the dishes, take out the trash, sleep for 10 hours, 1 hour of Zelda. Oh, yeah, let's go, I'm fucking productive. If you're one of those guys, get off my channel. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. No, I don't. It's not that I don't like you, okay? It's not that I have any sort of resentment for you, that I have any emotions towards you. I'm indifferent, okay? I'm indifferent towards all of you. And that doesn't just go for the ones who I'm referring to. Everyone in general, even the ones who are listening to me right now. I'm indifferent towards all of you, and you should be the same. Do not speak emotionally like I am right now. But if you're not going to follow through with this, click off the video because it's not going to serve you anything. It's not going to do you any good. Chances are you already know what you have to do. That the things on this list, you've already seen them. But you're not following through with them because the hard work is... It doesn't look appetizing to your brain. You don't like the idea of being disciplined, of doing the hard work. You don't like that idea. And for someone who's been in modernism for so long, it makes sense. But please, if you're going to continue watching, you need to follow through with this. Step 1, detach from social media, from all social media and connection to technology. Keep progressively overloading this until there are only like 1 to 3 devices in your entire household that you use for specific purposes. So I'm gonna pull up a picture of my home screen right now, and this is not like to brag or to flex, whatever, to be like, oh yeah, look, productivity mindset. This is not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I want to show you what it looks like, because I don't just mean delete 2 apps and then that's it. I mean everything that is social media. Delete it. I don't care how many friends you have on there. Oh, but I have a couple online friends. Delete the app. You should not be keeping online relationships. You should be going out into the real world, finding real friends, real online friends who, if it's 2 a.m. and there's something going down and you need their help, they're gonna pick up and they're gonna show up. You call your friend who lives in fucking Alaska. You're in New York. Guy who lives in LA. You're across the globe. Fucking South Africa. Yo, bro, this just happened to me and my family. Oh, what do I do? Can you help? Dude, he's like 15 hours away from you. What is he gonna do? And now I know a lot of people through video games, they build connections, whatever. But you have to be willing to let go of these connections. And I don't mean do it out of hatred. Don't block this guy and be like, yeah, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Just be like, hey, listen, this is not the lifestyle that I want. I want to get away from video games. I want to get away from technology. This is destroying me. It's really harming my health. And know that I'm not doing this because I don't like you. I'm doing this for my own health and for my own, not safety, but for my own focus, for my own mental health and physical health. Detach from all social media. The only thing I showed you, the home screen, it should only be like only social media you should have is apps that you use. I have YouTube because I make videos on YouTube. I have to post. I don't have like a camera or whatever. I don't have a setup. I just record on my phone, edit in CapCut, and then I post it onto YouTube. That's my whole setup. When I figure out another way to do it, I'm not going to have YouTube on my phone anymore. Like I said, contacts, Snapchat, Instagram, delete all of those. You have the majority of the friends you have online, of connections you have, they're not going to serve you anything. And you guys aren't even really that close. You should really only have your messages, and that's it. Only your messages. Technology, again, social media doesn't just include like texting and messaging apps. It also includes stuff like Netflix, like streaming services. Cancel all your streaming service subscriptions, please, because number one, not going to do you any good. It's literally just wasting money. They're just literally just putting money on getting all of that money on a pile and then lighting it on fire, because you're using it like twice a month. Unless you're one of those guys who like binges every single night, in which case you need this video, bro. I'm glad you clicked on it, because what the fuck? There's people, my own mother does this actually. And I was like, dude, I mean, I'm not gonna go off my mom. She has her own life, she can do whatever she wants, but do not watch Netflix every single night. It takes hours of your sleep. So basically, keep progressively overloading this until there's like literally 1 to 3 devices in your whole house, or at least 1 to 3 devices that you use. So I have multiple devices in my house, but the only ones that I use is my computer and my phone. That's it. Everything else is just stuff that my mom uses that's just there because like my PS4, I haven't touched that in like a few months now. I played video games with my friends. But yeah, have 1 to 3 devices that you use every day for a specific purpose. This, I use it to record videos, to message my parents, talk to them, to edit videos. I use it to post videos. Basically, my whole YouTube stuff is on my phone. Here, all my research, all my all my research, my studying, a lot of the stuff that I set up is on here. Like I have, on my computer, I'm reading this doc that's for this video. I have a whole document dedicated to, I think you can see me, no, you can't. But anyway, I have a whole document dedicated to potential video ideas. Then I have, I make scripts on this, So I use this for my YouTube as well as like some other stuff like research, occasionally entertainment. And I use this, again, occasionally for entertainment, but consistently every single day I'm using it for my work. I don't want to call it work, but I'm using it for my work. So that's one. Secondly, eat naturally. Buy from butcher counters. When you go to farmers market. Don't buy from supermarkets anymore. Just because you really should not be supporting them, and the only stuff that you're gonna buy there if you're eating naturally, you can find it at a farmer's market anyway. Bring your own containers. Don't use those shitty like little plastic bags that you pull off to put all your fruits and vegetables in. I'm gonna start doing this. I can't because I still have to make it, but I'm gonna bring like my own box. I'm not lying to you. I'm gonna bring my own box or my own bag, and that's where all my vegetables are gonna be. That's where all my vegetables are gonna be. I'm sorry for that. That's that. Oh, become self-sustained. This goes on the same thing for number 2. Become self-sustained. Stuff like butter. You could make it at home, but for the most part, we're gonna be buying it, right? The stuff that you shouldn't be buying is your seasonings. All the stuff, like I have tomatoes outside, I have rosemary, I have thyme, I have basil, parsley. I think tomatoes is the only like vegetable that we have. It's a vegetable. It's not a fucking fruit. It's a vegetable. I think it's the only fruit we have outside. But point is, plant your own vegetables and seasonings and fruit. Plant your own stuff. Not only are you supporting or not supporting these corporate companies, but in the case that something happens, right, like an emergency where you can't leave the house, you're self-sustained. You have your own source of food. And this also makes you harder to control. A lot of control for the people. Again, I'm talking about this in another video. It's like an hour long. A reason, like a way that people get control to the food supply, because what you eat is what you are, right? If you eat naturally, healthily, planning your own stuff, you're harder to control because you're not eating from what the system gives you. You're not eating what is FDA approved, which is bullshit. Don't trust what the FDA approves. Please. Do not trust what the FDA approves. 3, spend time in nature. Now, this doesn't have to be in like a forest. Preferably, yes. Preferably you are in a forest. You have like a woods near you. Somewhere that you can hike. You can just sit down, camp. Just really connect with nature. But this can also just be like, let's say you're in a city. It can literally just be having more plant life in your own household. It can be, if you're becoming self-sustained, supporting your own garden. Just planting, watering your plants, checking on them for any bugs and stuff. Meditating outside. I'm gonna take a picture when I go out to meditate, but I have this like little garden area where I meditate every day. Or I try to meditate every day. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I'm like super consistent. I'm still trying to get the hang of it, but I meditate in that garden every single day, and just like stuff like that helps you get closer to nature and detach from modernity. Because I know to a lot of people this is gonna sound dumb. Like, how is that gonna help me detach from modernity? But think about this. Think about the people who are super into technology, who are super into like almost obsessed with video games and social media and all that. Imagine them going to a garden out of their own will because they enjoy it, because they want to connect with nature. Imagine that. It seems almost unlikely, doesn't it? Almost impossible. Because technology and modernism has done this thing to us where we don't value nature as much as we should. Which is why we have this, like, there can be people who pretend like, oh yeah, but I support climate change. But those same people will throw plastic on the ground and shit. The way we look at nature, the value that we give it, has gone down drastically since the introduction of technology, the introduction of modernism. Spending time in nature, growing your own vegetables, going for a hike, meditating in nature, these are things that modernism has made us forget, and it's stuff that we need to start remembering again. 4, meditate and journal. I know I just mentioned meditating, but meditate for your focus, because modern society has destroyed your focus, destroyed your attention span. And journal. Journal to not only record your experiences, record your thoughts, but to hold yourself accountable. Whenever you're indulging, whenever you catch yourself caving into modern society, whether it be pornography, food, like artificial food, obviously, not being consistent, going on entertainment platforms, go in this journal, open this journal. First of all, close a tab, whatever, grab your journal, go outside and hold yourself accountable, and ask yourself things like, I'm going to use my journal as an example. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm going to read it out to you. I don't think I am, but here, I found it. Accountability. So, on this day, this is actually, I think, this was 2 days ago. 2 days ago, for context, my aunt has a bakery. She brings in, like, treats and stuff from her bakery. And it's wheat, right? What she brings back is, like, all wheat. I was supposed to be on a minimum wheat diet. I am supposed to be on a minimum wheat diet. Past breakfast, I'm not allowed wheat. Yet I ate an instant gratification food. Why? And here, I'm asking myself, why, is it so hard for you to let go? Your desires are not you. Basically just telling myself that I am not my desires, that I was in control of that if I really wanted to be, but I wasn't, because I let my body speak for me. And so that's an example of what it looks like to hold yourself accountable. It's just to go into your journal and ask yourself the hard questions. Like, why did I do that? Why did I indulge? I'm not supposed to, but I did it anyway. It's not because I can't. It's not because it's too difficult. It's because my body likes it and I'm not saying no to it. I'm not taking control of what should be realistic. I don't want to say realistically should be my servant, right? The body is the servant to the mind, not the other way around. So whatever desires I have, I should be able to control them. That is an example of what accountability looks like. Hold yourself accountable for everything, all the time. Five, work from home if possible. I know for a lot of people, well, actually, no. You can always work towards being employed from home, like working from home, but it takes some time, as if you're already employed. But if you're in my age, like 15, please start working on being either self-employed or working from home. It's a lot harder to detach from modernity fully, to detach from modernism fully, if you're tied down to a location, to an employer. You want to detach from modernity, but you work at Walmart. You have to show up to the building. Not only is it going to make your journey harder, it's going to make you feel miserable because you don't like this anymore. You've accepted that this isn't the way you want to live, yet your whole way of living, like all your profits is coming from this job that is, well, is something you disagree with, right? So, work on becoming either self-employed or work from home. Work from home is becoming increasingly popular because, it's very comfortable. But then again, be careful. Don't let the comfort get to you. Don't skip doing the hard work. Remember, stay fit, stay very active. If you're self-employed, you have even less excuse because unlike people working a full-time job, they get back home from like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-hour shifts. They have a reason to not work out because there literally isn't enough time in the day. They don't have enough energy. If you're working from home, you're likely not working as many hours, so you have more time to yourself to either work on another project and get on your fitness. So, yeah, work on becoming self-employed or getting employed from home because you get more time freedom. You detach from modernism even further because now you're no longer tied down to a corporate location that you don't like. Your mental health is going to improve, and you're more likely to succeed because now you're in more control of your life. Your job is not in the hands of this. I mean, depending on what you do, it is, but assuming you're self-employed, your job is no longer in the hands of another guy. Finally, 6. This is something that I've kind of been talking about already, like in the first one, and kind of in the fourth one. 6 is let go of your comforts. Now, this, you may think, oh yeah, but I already did that. My technology, my phone, I've gotten rid of that, right? No. Your comforts is not just technology. Your comforts is what stops you, what hinders you from experiencing reality as it is, how it should be experienced. For example, when it gets hot outside, you turn your AC on. That's a comfort. You want to detach from modernism, you can't just do it halfway. Don't turn that AC on. I have an AC, and ever since the beginning of summer break, it has not been turned on, and it will not be turned on for the rest of summer, no matter how hot it gets. Because I'm on a journey to detach from modernism, and I understand that comforts like that is what stops me from getting to where I want to be. It's what makes my goal harder to achieve. Food, another comfort that we already talked about previously, and eat naturally. Technology, we talked about it in the very first one, delete social media. Things like your AC. Have set up this thing. This is optional. Obviously, getting rid of your comforts is not, but what is optional is what I do, which is called, it's called Appreciation Week, or Gratitude Week, Gratitude Month, however long I decide it to be. But it's always between like a week, usually a week. What it is it's basically a week where I do nothing but make life purposefully uncomfortable for myself. So at night, I will sleep on the floor. I will sleep on the floor with nothing. Maybe a sweater. Obviously underwear. Okay, obviously. But I was basically just either a sweater or no sweater. And I'll literally just sleep on the floor like that for an entire week. I'll spend less than 30 minutes on technology. I'll spend very little time on technology. If it goes over like 30 minutes to an hour, it's because I'm working. This is what helps you detach from modernism. It helps you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's what helps you move to the next level. It's what helps you truly appreciate the things in your life. I mean, I called it Gratitude Week for a reason. or Appreciation Week, whatever you want. Because it's specific, like, its purpose is to teach me to be grateful, to teach me to appreciate the things that I have in my life by experiencing what those with nothing experience. That is an extremely important part of this. Dude, you know how those like steroid users they get like those curly veins? This hand right here, like I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, you can. This like vein just fucking squiggled and is that a yeah, that's a word. That's yeah, it's a word. Okay, it's a word. It basically it's squiggled almost. And I felt it and it felt so fucking weird. But anyway, your AC, your Netflix, your binge eating, let go of all of it. And obviously the week thing, if you want to do that, that's optional. But mainly just let go of the things that release the most dopamine. Don't let go of the things that make you happy, but let go of the things that are like instant pleasure, instant gratification. A lot of people think that when I say this, when I say detach from modernity, I mean let go of happiness. Be a depressed piece of shit, fucking wake up, just cut yourself in the morning for no reason. Go outside, fucking smash your head against a wall so you can understand what people dying feel like. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. But let go of the stuff that's instant pleasure. Let go of the stuff that is not serving you any good in life. Or, yeah, the stuff that's making you too complacent, too comfortable. That's gonna be all for this video. Yeah, I have no other announcements. That video is gonna come up soon. I finished, like I said earlier, I finished recording it. Nah, it's just about editing. I don't know. I don't know. That's it. I'm like thinking of other stuff that I have to tell you guys, but I really don't got anything. That's it. Just there's a new video coming out soon. Yeah. Have a good day, guys.